What's up everyone, it's Rinku and we're finally back with the weekly patch notes. So for April 26th, they've actually had over 80 changes and updates. Like, this is tons and tons of updates. Most of it is bug fixes, quality of life stuff. They've added a few tutorials, but they've made so many changes. Even class changes, like UI changes, skill changes. There's just so much, so we're just going to go over the few highlights. But one of the biggest things in this update that a lot of people are going to appreciate is the sticker UI. Now I'm just going to instantly show you this because this is how amazing this is. So if I open my inventory, you guys can see hopefully on screen, and you click this button, it disappears on my game, but I'm sure you can see I can drag this anywhere on any of my monitors. I just dragged it back on the game, but it doesn't show you because the game is game capturing, and this is its own window. This is like a separate window on my computer that is just now being shown everywhere. And you can do this with so many other things. So you can do it with your equipment menu, the marketplace menu, which is huge. You can pretty much farm the marketplace, especially if you have a maid or something. Just have it open at all times. Quest menu, guild menu, trade menu, even tooltips, or even managing workers. Maybe I'll actually remember to manage my workers if I just have it open at all times on a different monitor. Like, this is the biggest update, honestly, for me. Just the sticker UI. Just looking at the sticker UI, just having this ability to like do this and not take up your main screen, it's just a huge improvement for people with multiple monitors. And with that, let's get into the actual patch notes with everything else they've added. One more thing I wanted to mention is I kind of said it was a window, but it's not like I can minimize this at all. The only way to exit out of this is actually by hitting the X button. However, if you reload or enter a new zone or log out or anything, this will also disappear. So it is still tied to your game, but it is amazing that you can overlay it over everything. And also, one problem I noticed is that you can only move it when your cursor's on it. So if you like to move up and down, you can see with the lag, eventually my cursor goes above it and it stops moving. Now I hope they can fix that, because it's kind of annoying going up and down, because like you really have to like go really slowly or else you just lose it instantly. That's the only complaint I have. But it also shows over all your other windows. So even though you can't minimize this at all without like closing and reopening in the game, when you do have it open on another monitor, it'll show in front of everything else. So it'll always be in front, you'll always know if it's open or not, and then you can always just click this or click X, and it will either go back into the game or close respectively. So with that, let's actually get in the patch notes for real this time. Alright, so looking down here, for the event section, the Golden Flondor Goose Egg event has ended, and there are no other events going on right now. So figured I should just mention that. Class changes, there are a ton of class changes for pretty much every class here. Just a lot of stuff here. I'm not going to go over any of the class changes at all, but one thing I noticed, that even when I logged in, I instantly noticed every single Black Spirit skill in game now has a border. It says it has a small icon of Black Spirit, and it will appear with on the redder outline, but it's just kind of a Black Spirit symbol, and it outlines the skill in red instead of orange. It's a very, very noticeable. So if you ever hotbar your skills, or if you ever open your skills, probably you'll most likely notice that your Black Spirit abilities have a giant red outline. So I figured that was pretty interesting. Going down here, we also have new life skill, new life clothes for life skilling, mainly for sailing, or just specifically for sailing. So we finally have some sailing appreciation. Also, I think they added the sailing rewards for hitting different sailing levels in game, and I'm sure they reward some of these costumes as well. But they have pretty much every single sailing costume in game except for the silver embroidered sailor's clothes, which will be coming in a later patch. So that's awesome. But the life skill updates do not stop there. Alright, so we're going to get to the life skilling stuff later down when we see more of it. But covering this stuff, there's also 5 new crafted costumes added. I'm not sure if they have stats yet or what they will do, but that's pretty amazing. They're still adding craftable costumes. I really hope they look cool. I hope they have some kind of use in the future. The past sets that we already have, I believe, will be useful in the future, because eventually we'll be able to take the stats off of it and put it on other clothes, which would be cool. Maybe they'll all work like that, I'm not sure. But it'd be really cool if you could stack different costume effects on the costumes that you appreciate, and it would also be cool to use these costumes in the Pearl set. I really wish they didn't have this tailoring coupon to make it replace your Pearl outfit, but if you do, I really hope these are cool. So we have Valencian travel clothes, Serendian formal suit, which the Serendian formal suit, it says costume design to be added in later patch. I don't know why they would just release the outfit but not the way to make it, but I guess that they did. Eventually it'll be out, as well as the Ahon Kiris armor. and also the Shroud Knight's costume for both male and female. I should mention the first two were for male, the third for female, and the last one, the Shroud Knights, is for both. So very cool. And the Shroud Knights, you actually get it after completing a quest, so that should be awesome. So one huge thing, I'm not going to go too much in depth, but enhancement chance has increased for the following gear. It is not applicable for pre through pen, so it's just +1 through 15, and that's it. So just the normal Blackstone enhancement, how it used to be before pre and pen. Basically every single thing, pretty much every single green item. Like if you look at this, everything on this chart has been increased, has an increased chance to enhance it. So they pretty much just completely demolished everyone's progress, because anything in this list will be a lot easier to enhance, a lot cheaper on the marketplace. Even forcing it costs less Blackstones now. As enhancement chance increased, less Blackstones are required to force enhance. So huge changes for that. I guess most likely any enhanced green gear will probably go down in price. But I don't see the red ball armor, so I think like it might be viable to like, I think white armor like for fail stacking might be better than green armor. Before I thought it was the same chance, but now it's like if they don't have red ball on this list, which I don't see, it might even be harder to enchant a white armor than green, which I thought was funny. I'm not sure if that's true or anything. I don't really know how much this affects of the game, but I also know they have two different enhancement options now. I'm not sure if it's right here, so I'll have to find that in the patch notes in a second here, but we'll be going over that in a second. Basically, you can choose to either enhance for durability or enhance for a better enhance rate, and I'll explain that in more detail. So 1 second. Alright, so I found it, and right before that, we're actually just going to show the cash shop stuff. Now, I'll be looking at all this in-game, but we do finally have a new Dark Knight outfit. So that will be coming. It's basically the free one that that everyone gets for starting the game, but now you can officially buy it for the Dark Knight and have it on the Dark Knight. And this is the costume that I actually was wearing on Korea. I got the 7-day free box in Korea for just making a new account. So it's a costume we've probably seen before, like every class has had this, but finally the lair Arcian, I don't even know, but basically the pirate outfit for Dark Knight is finally released. So we can now get into mechanic changes, and yes, there is a fishing movement, but before we get into that, this is what I was saying earlier. So choosing Enhance will increase the success rate of enhancement at risk of additional durability loss. So this is for enhancing green level gear with enhancement level 14 plus 14 or below. Now there's also the other option of durable, which will decrease the chance, however it'll minimize the amount of durability loss if enhancement fails. Now these two things are huge. You can either choose to like have a better success rate with more durability loss if you fail, or completely the opposite. Now I would assume they would increase and decrease the rates at the exact same rate, but I'm not sure which option is the most cost efficient or how it's going to work. I'm not sure what people are going to be choosing, but either way, enhancement has already been increased for plus 1 through 14, so this is even making it probably easier especially if you do not care about losing the durability. So most likely, I'm sure everyone would just choose enhance and just spend the money on increasing the durability while they save some Blackstones. But if you guys have any opinions on what you should actually choose and why, let me know. Because I really, no one really knows the rates on how much it actually increases or decreases the rates, or how much this update above, even affects them in general before even choosing these extra options. So it's kind of a huge confusion, I guess, to me. But now we're going to get on to this giant picture right here. Yes, they finally moved the fishing hotspot. So you can kind of see in the picture, this is the little fishing net podium that literally everyone stands on. This is, I'm assuming, where the old hotspot was, just around here. If you ever went around Valia and you saw this, you'd see literally 100 people standing on this one little stool of a fish net just fishing into the ocean. And I'm assuming everyone knew that that was the hotspot. I'm not sure if that was the best place to fish, but that's where everyone fished. It was definitely better than just fishing on some random shore, that's for sure. So they moved it. I'm pretty sure you do not get anything over here anymore because they moved it all over here. And I believe it's actually cut in half, so I think if you go too far, you won't be in the safe zone anymore. But I believe there's also still the safe zone on here for sure. So you will definitely still be able to safely fish. You just need to make sure that you are in the safe zone and that you are still in this red zone. So I think they moved it because they wanted to get it as far away from Valia as possible, so that's why they probably pushed it on the edge of the safe zone instead of having it a few steps closer to Valia, because I would assume the people in Valia would be affected by the thousands of people trying to fish at this one spot. So I guess that's what they did, and it sounds like a good update to me. I just hope people realize that if you walk too far, it's not safe anymore. But yeah, going down, we still have more stuff to cover. There's still the life skill stuff as well, mainly the hunting, but yeah, let's get to it when we see it in the patch notes. Just kidding, and here it is. So under monster changes, this is the big life skill update I was talking about. This is huge for me. It's for hunting. Basically, they added new hunting monsters. Now, if you've never hunted before, the only really hunting you could do is you could kill a deer, but you could only kill one deer a day, and it was for a quest. That's it. You could kill crocodiles. There was a quest for it, a daily quest. You could do that. They also spawn in the lakes near Catfish. So you had like 2 lakes where it spawned like about 3 crocodiles, but that was the only hunting things in the entire game besides whales and calc. Now there are small whales in the ocean you can hunt on and farm experience on. There's also big whales, of course, and there's also calc, the hunting boss. I would say the big whales are hunting bosses as well, but finally they added new monsters for us to hunt, and hopefully they'll actually give us good experience, be fun to hunt, and actually give us a reason to hunt them. So we have the giant boar, the giant bighorn deer, and now you can finally use a hunting musket. And wait, what? Players can use a hunting musket and items obtained using butcher knife afterwards. Okay, it's just telling you that you can get loot from both of those. But they also added pork to the loot table, and I'm hoping that these actually give good experience rates. Hopefully they give more than the crocodile, or at least they should be some reason to do this. At the very least, we actually have something to do on land, though. At least it's not swimming around, so it should be easier at the very least to hunt these monsters. Now, they added a lot of other changes, but really I think we've covered most of it. Now let me just see if there's anything I missed really quick, and I have no idea who that was. Alright guys, it's that time of the video, and as you can see, before we even go in the cash shop, you can definitely see that my Black Spirit skills all have giant red borders. So that's what I was talking about earlier. Now let's go into the cash shop. So if we go under hot and new, there's not much. I'm just letting you guys know right now, there's not much. You guys already saw the pictures. But there is finally some Dark Knight love, and that is my cat like destroying my room, by the way. So I like how I'm still in combat pose, and I can't really do anything about it unless I like pull them up in other sections, but this is what we have to work with. And also there's no... Oh, there is a Kriegsmesser. I don't even know how to say that. Like, I just hear other people say it really weird. But yeah, look at this weapon. This is the one I was looking at in KR. Also the ornamental knot, but they don't have the awakening weapon, so it's not like there's nice, cool pirate floating swords as well. Which is unfortunate. I really wish they just didn't have that. Like, they might as well, but the sword definitely looks pretty badass. It looks a lot different than any other sword that we currently have. So, other than that, we don't have much other than, like, new wall stuff. I guess, okay, that kind of looks really trippy. That looks crazy, actually. I think it might even look better in game. I don't know why it has, like, those squares there. I feel like, I don't know, but, we also have this. And we also have new furniture. So if anyone wanted to buy furniture, I guess now is your chance. I guess let's look at all these individually. I like how they're all in like one button now, and they're not like flooding the entire page. It's so much nicer. So much nicer. But yeah, I guess this is just all the stuff that goes with. It honestly looks like the floor that I was just admiring. It all just goes together. But that is all the new stuff for today. So that is it. Hopefully I can cover the Korean patch notes tomorrow or something, but that is it for North America and EU, and I guess that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.